Hey guys, what's up? Dingocrikey here with another figure review, and this time we're going to be looking at Transformers Animated Deluxe Class Swindle. This figure was originally released in December of 2008 in the 5th Transformers Animated Deluxe Class Wave for the price of $9.99. So here we have Swindle in his alternate mode, which is some kind of army, jeep, van, or truck. Not really sure, but it looks like some kind of armored vehicle. Here he is from the front. There's the side, the back, other side, the bottom, and there's the top. So he's like a nice little compact vehicle here. Obviously we do have some cool details as we have translucent bits all throughout up here on the headlights. More of a cloudy translucent. On the windows here, you can see there are some little details in there as well. On the sides, these windows are just painted. No paint details on the back there. Speaking of paint applications and colors, main color on this guy is obviously, well, I don't know how obvious it is. Sort of a really dull yellowish green, you know, kind of a Swindle-ish color. It's the main color on him. We have purple, both translucent and painted throughout. Do have some pink under the headlights here. Also sort of a pinkish purple up here. And on this part of the cannon, we only have orange painted in these slits throughout the cannon. And then we have some black on the wheels, and then we have this sort of really dark metallic gray up in the front there. Now one thing that is a little bit bothersome with this guy's color scheme is that we do have this color all throughout as it's molded plastic, but then on the front of the vehicle here, it's obviously painted, and it really doesn't match the look of the rest of the plastic. Not a huge issue, but it does throw off the look a little bit. And also, we do have this Decepticon symbol up in the front there, which is also pretty cool. As far as kibble and or bad bits, I don't think he really has any in this mode. Front of the vehicle, as you can probably tell, does have a bit of a problem holding together. It can be a little bit tricky getting it in the exact right position. But as far as kibble, I think he's pretty clean. I mean, some of this stuff does hang a little bit low, but I personally don't consider that to be a problem. Overall, I do really like this alternate mode personally. Cool, compact, nice color scheme. As far as additional features and or accessories, we do have this one thing here where we can put his little Gatling gun in the front. What you do is kind of got to pull. It's a little bit tricky. Probably push those up a little bit. Pull out this turret. Get everything resituated. And you can have this little turret at the bottom of the vehicle. I've seen it displayed this way on the official Hasbro images. Personally, I just don't like it as a feature because you can't really roll with it, and I don't think having a blaster that low on your vehicle would really be that effective anyway. So push that back underneath, and then obviously we do have the cannon on top, which is a removable accessory. Just pop it out there. There's a look at the Jeep without the cannon, but let's look at the cannon itself. Pretty cool design we have here. What you can do with the function of this is there's a firing missile, but as you can see, the missile fires well, but we also have the color of the slits change to purple when the missile's out, and push the missile back in. The orange comes back over, so really cool little nuance there, very appreciated. Here we have him with two other Transformers animated figures, Voyager class Shockwave and Deluxe class Bumblebee. Here he is with two other renditions of Swindle, movie 2007 Deluxe class Swindle and Cybertron Scout class Swindle. And here he is with two more recent figures, Titans Return Leader Class Power Master Optimus Prime and Combiner Wars Deluxe Class Groove. I think that's all to say about his alternate mode though, so let's get this dude into his robot mode. First thing we want to do is remove this cannon. Then we just kind of want to take the legs back here, and let's see how we can do this. Loosen them up. Take these flaps here, bring them upwards so we're free to work with the legs. Bend them forward like so. You want to flip these feet downward as well. And yeah, let's separate them too. Then what we do is disconnect this stuff in the front. And once again, we're going to take flaps on the side of the vehicle and bring them upwards and kind of work with the arm as you're doing that. Bring the arms down, rotate them, close up the body. And right now, let's get the head out. Best way to do this is get your finger back here and push against it because it is pretty tight in there. Turn his face around, bring these pieces up, and I guess I'm supposed to rotate these things too. And now what we want to do with the arms is, this can be a little bit annoying. Want to bring them forward, get them pegged into that piece there, flip out the fingers, flip out the thumb, and do the same on the other arm. And then just kind of get everything situated. And there we have Deluxe Class Swindle in his robot mode, or at least as good as we're going to get it. As you can see, this body piece is already falling downwards. And since we're already there, may as well start with some of the big cons to this guy's robot mode. You know, you're always going to have some of your complaints, like some people might not like his arms being too big, but I think what most people could agree as cons is an issue like this. And I don't believe this is just my copy of the figure that has a problem with the body falling down. Unless you have him standing backwards like this, the core of the body will just keep falling forward. And the other problem is, if you don't have him leaning down though, because of the way his feet are constructed, you try to get him standing properly so the body doesn't fall downwards, and it'll just fall backwards, which is a little bit annoying. Then you got this piece back here, which doesn't really stay in place either. I don't consider that to be nearly as much of a con, as it doesn't really interfere with any of the figure's other features, but it can be a little bit annoying. Nevertheless, the body and the way the legs are constructed, I would say, are pretty big cons for this figure. Now, a little bit of a more, I guess you could say, temporary fix for the body thing is maybe taking a little piece of tape and just kind of rolling it up. And let's try putting it in his body here. And it will get it to hold better. Obviously, when you open the body for the transformation, you'll have to pull it out, but it is a good quick fix, and most of the time it will hold the body up. Anyways, with those big cons out of the way, kind of get a look at the overall design of the figure. There we have him from the front. There he is from the side, the back, other side, the bottom, and there's the top. As far as colors go, pretty much the same as in the alternate mode. We do have a little bit of a different distribution. Probably the main difference in color would be a little bit more of this metallic silver on the body and none on the face. Other than that, I think it's pretty much the same. As far as details and designs, this guy's a pretty interesting figure. One of the things that's always stood out to me is how similar the body actually looks to Optimus Prime, as he has the windows on the chest, he has this kind of shaft looking thing on the waist area. I always thought it was kind of an interesting design. Then obviously the arms are also very large, and we have posable fingers as well, and fingers are translucent along with a lot of the other details on this guy, on the upper legs, upper arms. Then on the chest, as mentioned, we have some details in there, and then on the eyes as well. And I bring in the light, as you can see, and this is pretty cool because in Transformers Animated, most of the characters, if not all of them, had some sort of like pupil in their eye. And what they do here is kind of give Swindle those unique slits, or almost like cat eyes that he had in the show. So a really, really nice touch. You know, you can probably criticize the Transformers Animated line for a lot of things, but they definitely tried to give the personality that they had in the show. Now, as far as articulation goes, kind of get his arms out of the way so we can look at the legs. You can bring the legs backwards on a ball joint here. And bring them forward as well, just about that far. And outward, if you flip up these pieces, they can go just about to there. The knees go back about 90 degrees. No articulation in the feet, nothing in the waist, other than, you know, you can move these little pieces up and down. Then at the arms, at the shoulders, you can rotate them up here, but also you can take this entire piece and rotate it all of the way around. Then at this ball joint, we can also bring the arms outward, only about so far because of the way this arm is constructed. Got a 90-degree bend at the elbow there. Then in the fingers, you can move the thumb back like that, bring it forward, all the way in. And then the finger here, you can move them right here. Or also take this entire piece and close them inward a little bit more. Then at the head, we just have a full 360 motion. Now, as far as any additional kibble outside of those things I already mentioned, maybe some people would consider these to be kibble, or how these pieces on the arms come up, because it does interfere with articulation a little bit. I can make that sacrifice though, because I think the big arms and these shoulder pieces give him a really cool silhouette. Personally, I don't have problems there. Maybe consider the legs to be a little chunky with these pieces on the side, but then as far as additional features and or accessories, we do have the cannon, which can connect to one of the arms. As you see, this is the only one with a hole for it, and just plug it in there. It's a little bit loose, but it serves its purpose. It holds well enough. And this can be a little bit of a problem because of the lower arms already being kind of heavy and the cannon added. He does have a problem lifting the cannon up. So, looks cool if you just have it down like this, but practically he can't really use it. Nevertheless, still have a firing missile feature. And then also, we do have the Gatling weapon in this mode, which is now on his torso. What we can do here is, let's get this open, flip out the turret, and get that closed back up. It's a little bit of a weird feature. Personally, I kind of like it, and maybe it was kind of done to homage the Transformers movie Swindle, who also has a cannon on his chest, though other than namesake, those two are completely different, obviously. But nevertheless, not a whole lot to say about it, so let's open this up, close it again. So here we have animated Swindle with two other renditions of his character. On the left, we have movie 2007 Deluxe class Swindle, and on the right, Cybertron Scout class Swindle. Here he is with some other figures from the Transformers animated line. From left to right, we have Voyager class Shockwave and Blitzwing, and Deluxe class Prowl and Bumblebee. And here he is with two more recent figures, Titan's Return Leader class Blaster and Combiner Wars Deluxe class Groove. And to put things into perspective a little bit more, this Deluxe class Swindle figure stands at about 5 1/4 inches. So final thoughts, as far as my personal opinions go, I think this guy is in a lot of ways one of the better animated figures, as in they translated his cartoon character pretty good to toy. He resembles a show counterpart, while still looks pretty good, and as in regards to his transformation and stuff, isn't too awkward or anything. While he might be a little bit blocky in some places, I overall think the look of the figure is really cool, and I do enjoy this unique take on Swindle. The transformation for this guy is really fun, the alternate mode is great, no problems with it. Really where this guy does suffer though is a lot of the problems with, I guess you can say, the playability, or even problems you might have in displaying his robot mode. The body falling over, the issues with the feet are both huge drawbacks for this figure, and they do really affect a lot of the fun you can have with him. Or as I said, with the standing problem, even for display purposes, he doesn't work out all that well. Other than that though, and maybe being a little bit limited in regards to some posability, he really is a nice looking figure, as I already said, in vehicle mode, but also the robot mode. The color scheme's nice, everything's really balanced, he has a lot of cool little details, head sculpt's great, everything about the cannon is cool. So like I said, overall cool figure, but he does have some pretty big problems. Now as far as my personal recommendations go, at time of recording I've seen this guy on eBay used and complete for about between $30 and $40. I wasn't able to find any new ones, but I'm guessing they'd be even more expensive, so it is a little bit pricey for a Deluxe class figure, but I'd say if you're a big fan of the character, if you like this rendition of him, liked him in the Transformers animated show, it does him justice and would probably be worth getting. And if you just like the looks of this figure, I would say overall he's kind of a, you get what you see, but you definitely have to take those problems I mentioned into account, as they can be pretty annoying. Anyways, those are of course just my recommendations, my personal thoughts on it. I hope this review was insightful enough that you could make up your own thoughts on the figure, decide whether you liked it or not, and of course you can share those thoughts in the comment section below or through this video's poll, and you can keep up with the channel for more regular Transformers figure reviews, for new Transformers toys, and some throwback reviews just like this. You can also follow me on Twitter for more regular updates. Anyways, that's all I have to say for now. Thanks for watching, stay tuned, and have a good one guys. I'll see you soon.